City of dreams.
I'm coming straight out.
New York, big city of dreams.
NYC.
What's going on? This is JLS from Nick of Time Show here, giving you that Knicks talk just in the nick of time. And I think we just lost Ryan as we're loading up to the show. Raw, we just lost Ryan, but yeah.
I don't see myself either.
Huh? Yeah, we just.
I don't see me either, though.
Yeah, but the show, we gotta wait for Ron to come back. The show must go on. The Knicks lose to the Bulls, 119-115, and Ryan loses once again to his MacBook Pro. All right, man. Listen, you already know what it is, man. I was gonna have Ryan actually read the stats, but he just kind of disappeared. His internet connection dropped. So we gotta do what we gotta do and improvise on the fly. All right.
Yeah.
But yeah, we could talk about these stats. But all you gotta know is this: the Knicks started the game with no R.J. Barrett, who misses, I think, first game ever after being sick.
It's been a minute. Yeah, he hasn't missed a game in a while.
Yeah, after being sick yesterday.
Yeah.
Also missing Nerlens Noel. Also Jericho Sims. He has a stomach thing. I think it's going around through the team since I think he probably got it from RJ. He probably got it from Anthony Davis.
From AD. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And despite that, the Knicks kind of fought back. The new lineup, it seemed like you had a promising start. I think it was tied like 9-9 in the first quarter, and then all of a sudden the turnovers ensued. And like usual, it seems like the Knicks were all they have one quarter usually where they can't really get it together, and then they find their way back into this game. So I knew when it got down, they was coming back eventually, but would they win? That's always a question. But you're right, like I said, the Knicks lost this game 119-115. Do you have the stats for this game, bro?
I do.
Okay.
What do you, so the Knicks had 18 turnovers, and it's not like the Bulls didn't have any. They had 15 turnovers. But 7 of our turnovers was Julius Randle.
Yeah.
7 turnovers, including a very crucial one in the fourth quarter. Very crucial one. So that was part of the story. The rebounding was even. You would expect the stats to be pretty even. I mean, you're talking about a game that came down to the wire. So you're talking, stats are going to be pretty even. We were even on the rebounding. We were even. We had 10 steals. They had 10 steals. It was very even. Very even. They had 8 blocks. We had 8 blocks.
Right.
Very even, man. Very even. So in a game like this, it comes down to those last 2 minutes of the game. That's what it comes down to. Last 2 minutes of the game, and we, this is where you like, okay, so DeRozan and Levine were coming through for Chicago at the last 2 minutes of the game. We had been doing all right, but then our guy didn't come through. It's as simple as that. He just didn't come through.
Yeah, man, and I'll say this too. In that first quarter, I do felt like we lost our cool once again. It's funny. I think the refs kind of were I think they were getting wind of, or they knew that the Knicks were frustrated from the game before, and I think it affected the way they officiated the start of the game. That's my theory anyway. Because like Taj Gibson, who's a veteran here, and veteran in this league, 2 quick whistles ejected immediately. That's not something you really see.
That was Bush League refereeing, man. That was Bush League referee. They referee better in Summer League than that guy. It's almost like he had money on the Bulls. I mean, what the heck? And then it wasn't just that. He was doing some stupid calls all night. So I don't know. The NBA really needs to focus on training their referees better, because we had these are all younger referees. We had a crop of referees that retired. These are the younger ones that are coming back up in there.
But I heard there was a veteran from what I heard from Clyde and Breen. They were saying this stock was a veteran staff and they weren't young referees.
Yeah, I heard one of them had 9 years experience. I don't know which one it was, but he need to retire.
Yeah, for real. Bruh. But listen, at the end of the day, The turnovers killed us. I think Randall's turnovers killed us in the first quarter for sure. I think Derrick Rose also turnovers in the first quarter killed us. He was dribbling a little bit. We were dribbling the ball a little bit too much, and I felt like that contributed to a lot of the turnovers in that first quarter and a blown out lead. And also, the energy on defense is just night and day. It was unmatched. It was definitely unmatched. And there were shots in the second quarter that I saw that DeRozan was getting clean. And this is one of the guys who's one of the best scorers in the NBA. He's walking into mid-range jump shots with no resistance, no hand up, no nothing. And stuff like that is inexcusable. And when you see the effort that we put on defense in the second quarter versus the third quarter, it kind of makes you shake your head sometimes because you know it's there. And Kemba's not there, so you can't say it's Kemba. You can't say it's Kemba. Like, it's still transition defense. It's still turnovers. And we have to keep that energy at the top for the entire game. That plus I do feel like we also could not really handle the pick and roll with Vujicic. You know, it took until maybe the fourth quarter to actually see adjustments from the Vujicic Mitch pick and roll. And to be honest with you guys, I feel like we played really great defense in that third quarter to get back in the game. But I also feel like the Bulls went away from what was working. The Bulls went away from what was working in the third quarter. They went away from the Vujicic pick and roll with Mitch in that third quarter. They tried to go other places. We stopped those plays. Give Evan Fournier some credit too. He played a way better transition defense, the best transition defense I've seen him play this entire season. But then when they went back to that pick and roll in the fourth quarter, the Knicks had problems for sure.
Well, I mean, okay. At the end of the day, though, the Knicks fought back, and it was a tie game with less than 2 minutes to go.
Right.
So, there's a lot of, back and forth. Yeah, it's really the tale of two games. But at the end of the day, you get a tie game in the fourth quarter, okay, now you got to execute. That's what it comes down to. And I think that's the game right there. So, you battle back and forth. The Knicks did a terrific job coming back. But then at that fourth quarter, we did not execute. And that's where championship teams win games. You got to execute at that time. You cannot be turning the ball over. You cannot be missing foul shots at that point. And that was the game right there.
Yeah, and the Bulls have one of the two of the top scorers in the NBA. I think DeRozan is amongst the leaders in fourth quarter execution, and that's all she wrote for these Knicks. And Julius Randle too as well. Like we said, missed I think 3 free throws in that fourth quarter, which is something we can't have. And listen, like this was a tale too, Julius, for me, man. Like on one hand, I really was loving what he was doing because I liked his shot selection a lot more over the last week and a half. I liked how he's punishing people down low. He's taking less threes, and he's taking advantage of his size. I like that. I also like the way he was distributing the ball today. I like the way he was finding people. He found Mitch for a few easy ones. He's starting to do little things like look-off passes that I really haven't seen him do last year. I feel like he's trying to really implement some small wrinkles in his game when you ask to be the facilitator for this team. But in the post sometimes he still gets a little bit lazy in the post when the game is on the line, and that's when it's winning time, and that's when you have to pay the most attention. So he still has to work on that, but I also feel like we know the deal. Julius Randle played 38 minutes today, man. 38 minutes. So it's like I know we need a star, and I know we need another guy who can make buckets at the end. And usually that's for us. That's been Alec Burks sometimes, or Derrick Rose sometimes. But like when you playing 8 minutes out the game, and then you looking over at the other side, and the Bulls players are resting. And their killers are coming back in the fourth quarter with fresh legs. It's like it's kind of rough.
DeRozan played 38 minutes. No, what it is though, the Bulls have not played since Monday. They have not played since Monday, and they're only missing Kobe White, so they were rested and ready to go. But no, man, we got. It's a simple execution. You got to execute down the stretch. You just got to do that. You cannot win games in this league turning the ball over and missing free throws at the end. You have got to execute. Period. They went to Randall. He gets to the line. Okay, you got to hit the free throws. Period. You can't be missing that.
And Randall's
Go ahead.
Randall's been missing clutch free throws for like a week and a half or two or something.
Yeah, for real, he has. No, he has. But that's ridiculous, man. That would lost to me. Like I said, the whole game came down to that last 2 minutes, and that's all you could really ask for, especially when you were down 21. So you all you could ask for is to come all the way back and have a chance to win at the end, and you got that, But yeah, anyway.
Right. Yeah, but salute to the chat, man. I don't know who wants to call into this one. I know everybody's pissed. It's like, screw this. I'm just watching the show. But if you want to call in and you want to vent, you can still do that. It is still 319-527-6241. The experiment, though, gentlemen, is still going on. Alec Burks' experiment is still happening. I guess this is day 3 of the Alec Burks experiment. What are you seeing from him today? And how do you think he performed? I don't know if Ryan's even set up yet, but
Ryan, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm not sure my volume. I don't know if my mic is working properly though.
We can hear you.
We can hear you. We can hear you perfectly fine.
Yeah. Okay, good. Well, the Alec Burks experiment. In my opinion, I think it's still working pretty well. The first half performance was definitely poor, but that was by the whole team, not really Alec Burks' fault or anyone's specific fault within that first half. But, Burks is still meshing with the unit overall. I think the issue in this game, besides the poor first half, because that first half I felt like I wanted to throw my TV out the window. I was done with the game after that first half, especially that one play where I could point to in the second quarter where I forgot who took the three. But then when there was a loose ball, there was 3 Knicks around the ball, and Caruso came and ran and got the rebound in the middle of 3 Knicks.
Yeah.
And then somebody else drove to the basket, went up for a layup and missed, and then this dude Green just coming out of nowhere when there's Knicks around the basket to grab the rebound. He tips it back, and at that point I wanted to throw my TV out the damn window because I was like, they're not playing with no type of effort in this game whatsoever. But in this game, I think what was the main issue is, like I said, Burks is still performing well, and he's still meshing with the team as a whole. Mm-hmm. And like as Ross said, it was pretty much poor execution down the stretch. And I think as much as we depend on Julius Randle to carry us over the hump because he is the number 1 option on this team, it's clear as day that Julius Randle, he can't be depended upon late in games. It really has to be a collective team effort.
Yeah.
Because you cannot claim to be the top player on this team and you're missing free throws late in the game and then you're making bonehead plays when the team needs good execution down the stretch.
Yeah.
And
how much of that is coaching versus Randall? Because I feel like a lot of times we sit here and we see like ISO ball at the end of the clock, and I know a lot of times, the good teams do that. They go isolation with with their best player. But for us, is it time that we mix in some ISO ball with some ball screens, the stuff that's been working a lot of the game? Like I still feel like we don't do that enough.
No, I
we
agree.
don't.
I think they're force feeding Julius at key moments, and he is showing he's inconsistent in those moments. Like tonight, Burks is 9 of 10 on the line. D Rose is 8 of 8 from the line, and both of those guys are clutch. So I would have been happy if we had set one of them up to get to the line, because they were hitting their foul shots. Julius hadn't really gone to the line much tonight. He only had 5 shots, and all of them was at the end. But he is too inconsistent, and he definitely they have definitely got to get somebody has to get to him and say, I do not want you dribbling the basketball up in the fourth quarter. I just don't want you doing it. Hand it to a guard. They had out there at the time, if I'm not mistaken, Burks was out there, Quickly was out there, and Rose was out there.
Right.
I think that was who they had out there. So you had all of that out there. What are you doing? Give up the rock, man. Let somebody else dribble it up.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and it's crazy too. He's been really good at the end of these games at letting other people kind of like take control and finish. Tonight, not so much. Maybe they felt like he had it going, so maybe that's what the thinking was. I don't know, but it's still really hard for forwards in this league, like big forwards, to kind of just be iso balling at the top of the key. Like I still think it should give it to a guard. And it's funny. I think he tried to give it to a, but here's that inexperience too. Quickly hasn't really played that many. He played fourth quarters, but
he started tonight, though.
Right, he started tonight. But it was interesting to see Julius trying to give Quickly the ball at the end. That was a little bit interesting.
Yeah.
And Quickly kind of was just like, I guess he was a little surprised because he gave the ball back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He wasn't looking for it at all.
Yeah. And he's like, well, I'm usually deferring to you. And Julius probably was like, yo, I'm tired here. But maybe that's Quickly paying, maybe that's Quickly just getting more trust and actually saying, okay, you know what, I will take it since you give me the ball. But maybe that's just a timing thing. But the fourth quarter thing still has to be improved upon.
I have to say though, they played excellent defense on Quickly in the fourth. It's like they knew what was coming and they did play a good D on him.
Yeah,
but because Julius was they were trying to do a 2-man game. I would rather see like somebody else. Give me Mitchell Robinson, somebody outside from Julius Randle, because he couldn't get Quickly could not get free in the fourth quarter. He just couldn't. They were playing really good defense on him, and so they had Randle being guarded by Vucevic, and Vucevic cannot guard him.
Yeah.
And then they had who was it? They had I think it was Jones. I think
Dante Jones did a pretty good job.
Neither of those guys could guard him in the fourth quarter, and that's why I understand why they fed him.
That's probably why I went to him. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but he has got. That's what I mean. He has got to hit those free throws, man. Yeah. He has got to hit those free throws.
Yeah. The one thing I do give Calm credit for, I mean, it was kind of late. Like, he finally made an adjustment. I feel like once they started doing that pick and pop with Vucevic, he actually had like another wing player actually start to close out on Vucevic instead of having Robinson try to go out there and not do it successfully. And that seemed to work. And then it also seemed to work when we moved Julius to the 5 for the last few minutes. That seemed to work better for us as well.
The small ball did work.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but the only issue with the rotating wing to Vucevic was that every time it left Lonzo Ball open in the corner, like Knicks were lucky Lonzo Ball wasn't hitting his threes to that. You could count like you count at least 4 or 5 times when Lonzo Ball was open in the corner. That was due to Mitchell Robinson not being able to get out on Vucevic, and then a wing had to, cover Vucevic, which led Lonzo out, I mean, open
one
in the
time
corner.
he took a dribble, he set his feet, and I was like, he still missed.
Yeah. We played the percentages for that game because normally Lonzo Ball would be hitting those, but he was kind of out of rhythm and he was in foul trouble for most of this game, so it kind of helped us out in the long run. But salute to this chat, man. Shout out to Tel Alejandro, Jay Supreme, Fritz Alexander, Jason Vixara, D Nice. Everybody else was rocking with the KOT show. I know we got Big Reaper up calling. He usually has some interesting insights. So, Big Reaper, let us know what do you want to talk about. Let us know where you're from as well for the first time listeners in this show.
Hey guys, thanks for taking my call. My name is Big Reaper. I'm calling from New Jersey. Mm-hmm. And, I mean, it was kind of a disappointing game. I'm glad they were able to fight back. But, I hate to say it, but I did see Julius missing those free throws. He struggled. We know he struggled, closing out games, especially when the pressure is on. So I wasn't, normally if this was last year, I'd probably throw my remote at the TV or something. But this year I'm just kind of I'm used to it. Well, I'm not trying to play him. I really like the way he's been playing.
Yeah.
He's really kind of changed his game. A lot of the things that you could see that he had to improve this year, he's actually improved on those things. Like I said, I think I said early in the season, just attacking the basket more. It's like,
Right.
he's really good at that. And so he's been doing a lot of that, which is really good. So it was unfortunate he turned over the ball and, he missed the free throws. Like you guys said, it might be a little bit, coaching too, because like at some point maybe the coaching need to basically tell him like, hey, look, don't bring up the ball, especially down, if it's late in the game in the fourth quarter. Always give the ball to the point guard. So I think maybe the coach needs to pull him aside and have him do that more often.
Right.
With Burks, I think with Burks, I think in that first in the first half, he definitely struggled on the defensive end.
Definitely.
And I think obviously when he's coming off the bench, he was looking much better, much more improved this year. But then obviously it's because he's coming off the bench and playing on like maybe 20, 25 minutes. Now he needs to be able to sustain it for like 30, 35 minutes.
Exactly.
And it seems like he's struggling to do that. And so hopefully he improves with that. And then Mitch, I think with Mitch is like that. I think that was the other issue, honestly. He's just uncomfortable. It seems like he's uncomfortable closing out on three-point shooters now.
Yeah.
And I think it's probably because of the extra weight he has on.
Yeah. And
so, hopefully he's able to drop the weight. We were all excited that he got bigger, but I don't know. It's like it's good to get stronger and bigger, but he's like so much slower now, and so so we got to see what happens. I think maybe I jinxed us because I thought the Bulls would never beat us again this season, and they took the last two games from us. So, that's pretty much all I have. Hopefully, the Knicks kind of get it together because it's definitely it's not looking great.
Right.
There's no more victories. We lost this game, and we're 500.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I don't think anybody expected us to be, at least, a lot of the fans that were like really paying attention, we weren't really expecting the Knicks to be 500. Especially, I know it's still early in the season, but I wasn't expecting it given the additions we made. So, but that's pretty much what I got.
Right. Shout out to Big Reaper, man. All good points, man. Thanks for calling in, man.
Thanks for taking my call. For
sure, yeah. To the Alec Burks point, man, I completely agree with him. I feel like when he was doing 15 to 20 minutes a game like that, he had like a really intense, especially on the defensive end. It was a really intense control 15 to 20 minutes of him playing defense. He made little mistakes today. He's guarding the best player on the court for that team, or one of the best players on the court for the team. And he didn't really adjust till the second half. Listen, I give him credit. Like DeRozan, DeRozan had some tough shots. He had some extremely tough shots. And Alec Burks played way better defense in the second half than the first half. Maybe it was just adjustments. Maybe it was Tibbs saying stop dropping off, because he was dropping off. I don't understand why you're dropping off in the sweet spots, but that's what Burks is doing. But I'm glad he kind of got it together, and hopefully he makes that adjustment of playing starter minutes and keeping that concentration up for those 30+ minutes he's going to be getting for the rest of these games for Alec Burks.
Yeah, well he played 43 minutes tonight, so that's a heavy load, man.
43 minutes.
Yeah, he played 43. I don't know how many did he play. He played heavy minutes against the Brooklyn also, but he played 43 minutes tonight. So that's gonna that'll tire anybody out, man.
Yeah, and that's gonna definitely be a major adjustment for him, especially since early in the season with him coming off the bench. Like at most he was playing like 20 to 25 minutes, so it's gonna be a big adjustment to play those 35 to 40 minutes a night. But like I said, he was playing terrible defense in his first half, but to me the whole team was playing terrible in the first half. So I'm really not gonna single out any specific player within that first half. It was a team. It was a collective, pitiful effort. I felt like they were just playing frustrated.
No, it seemed to me they had no energy. They had no energy. It seemed like if you notice their jump shots were short on the front rim. I think Burks had an air ball. They really were. There was no energy, and like you mentioned, they weren't getting the loose balls, and it seemed like Chicago had all the energy. But then the third quarter was completely flipped. The Knicks had all the energy, and Chicago didn't have any. I mean that. To me, just we obviously want to see them play 48 minutes of good basketball, but this type of game, like I said, it was a tale of two games. You just got to execute down the stretch. You just got to do that on this type of game. And this is the East this year. You're going to have a lot of games like this. So you got to execute down the stretch, man.
Facts. We just got to minimize these quarters. So we had the worst defensive game of the season so far in that first half. I think they scored 67 points in the first half. Something
67, something like that. First half.
67,
Yeah, and that's the turnovers. The turnovers are ridiculous. We had they was like 8. Let me see.
18 turnovers, 7
Right.
by Julius Randle.
18 turnovers. It was 16 points of those turnovers were like in that first half. So and the second chance points as well. So like that's all energy. Not only you turn the ball over, you're not boxing out and rebounding the ball. That's a recipe for disaster. So you gotta clean those things up. Say what you gotta say, Ryan?
No. I was just agreeing with you. I did like throwing like this little nugget right quickly. My guy, end of the first half, you had your man Knox open in the corner. You wanted to force up a damn floater at the end of the half, and Knox hit a 3 earlier in the quarter. Come on, man.
Yeah, you gotta
come on now.
Yeah,
he was completely out of sync in the first half. Then something happened, man. He came out the third quarter blazing, man. I was
man, the third quarter was fun. I was like, this is like all right, Evan. I know as bad as this game was, we starting to see more signs of life from Evan. Evan was a flamethrower in the third quarter. Him and quickly taking chances, taking turns, knocking down crucial threes. It was all great in the third quarter.
Fournier had 4 steals, and them was legit steals, man. I mean, he was doing work, man. I was like, look at Fournier.
Yeah, I was.
And then hitting that 3. Oh my gosh. Man.
Yeah, I was super impressed. We just need more of that. We just need definitely more of that. And when the game on the line, though, I mean. Grimes didn't get that much burn. It's funny. No RJ, I would think Grimes would get more than 5 minutes, but Grimes got 5 minutes and 39 seconds. And
man, Tom is definitely doing that situational number.
Yeah, I thought this would be. I thought it would be Grimes time. I mean, I think I saw him kind of miss an assignment in the fast break in the second quarter, and maybe that's why Tom pulled him. There was a time where Grimes he elected to leave the man who's trailing for the layup and go to the guy at 3-point line, and maybe that's why Tom pulled him, because he was just like I don't. But I just thought he would get more chances.
He's a rookie, man. He's gonna do that, but he can't play the game looking over his shoulder when he's gonna get pulled, man. You gotta let him play.
Yeah, exactly. But I think that, this is just a product of Tom just being true to his word, because Tom said he's going to shorten rotations, and that's what he definitely did in this game. He shortened his damn rotation because only 7 players played over 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So Tom was basically playing the same 7 guys throughout the whole game, and then sure enough, they got tired towards the end.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, I mean, can't get excused. We still could have won this game if Randall hit his free throws, but we were really missing Taj and RJ. Those, I think they would have been factors in this game if they, especially Taj. Taj is professional. He's not going to play with no low energy. He's going to play, and I think that messed us up when they threw him out early like that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then go ahead, Ryan.
I'm sorry to cut you off. And I mean, it's to a point now where it's like when Noel's out, I'm actually happy because I'm like, Taj gets to play, and to me, Taj right now is playing better on the defensive end than Noel at the moment. Only thing Noel really does better than Taj is block shots.
It really depends on the game. Like, I don't know. It's a tale of two Noels, too, because when Noel was playing the Bucks, he was like the best defensive player on the court that game. Like, he was doing everything. He was like, he was going to the 3-point line. He was guarding Giannis. He was everywhere. He was our best defensive center for like a 3 or 4 game stand. Leaves, comes back, and then he looks like Boo Boo. So I don't know what's up with Noel.
Yeah.
Maybe
this knee issue is lingering, man. He's missing a lot of time because of this knee.
So maybe it is the knee. Maybe the knees bother him, and that's why he's looking like Boo Boo lately. But to me, it's kind of just like, this is why I wasn't too worried about the Mitch weight gain. Because I'm like, all right, cool. Even if Mitch has the weight gain, we still have kind of Noel to counteract that, who can be the quicker center if you want to go, Mitch in the post, Noel, to guard the 3-point line and down. But now it seems like Noel is not doing that, and he's out. So I don't know. Maybe Maybe you have to wait longer. Maybe Jericho Sims could do some of that. Who knows? It's going to be a time will tell situation.
I think he would have played Sims if Sims was available.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But yeah, man, salute to the chat once again. Shout out to Big Reaper, Teleman Alejandro, Wayne Patterson, everybody else is rocking with the KOT show. And shout out to my guy Rodney Sennin, who says Knox hit a 3. He's mad hyped that Knox hit a 3. Oh, yeah, here you go. Knox sighting. Yeah. But yeah, I don't listen. I'm good talking about the game. All I got to say is, what are these ooh picks and what are these bro picks? I already know Ryan got the bro pick because Ryan was talking about the pick before the game even started.
Oh, I got a bro pick, man. I got a bro pick too. Sure.
Oh, you got a bro pick? All right. Yo, bust out the bro pick, bro.
It's that daggone referee that called the 2 technicals on Taj.
Oh yeah.
Bruh.
You
I
definitely
don't know
did
that full
bro.
name, but dad, man, please go back to the G League or something. Shoot, you in the league. You gonna call 2 technicals on Taj Gibson?
Yeah, man. Petty style, man. Then they did the refs versus the Knicks 2022 edition.
That was straight feelings hurt effeminate stuff. Yeah.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Ryan, what do you got for your bro pick today? Tonight.
Well, the first bro pick has to go. It's not even Knicks related.
Yeah, it's not.
It goes to the Oklahoma City Thunder getting clapped by 70 points tonight.
I gotta give it to you. That's a bruh.
I don't understand how a professional NBA team gets clapped by 70 plus points. That's crazy. That's some NBA Jam them. That's NBA 2. That's JV versus
Chicago. That's Shaq in the football.
Facts.
Yeah, and another bro pick. I'm sorry, I gotta do it to him. I'm sorry. Throughout the game, Julius Randle.
Who you got?
I saw that coming.
He didn't miss 2, but he missed 3 easy baskets in the first half, right at the rim. One was a dunk, and 2 were layups. Luckily, on the third miss, he got his own rebound and laid it back in. But still, come on, Julius Randle. 3 easy baskets you missed in the first half? Come on, man.
I thought you was about to say he didn't miss 1. He missed 2, but he missed 3 clutch free throws. That's what I thought he was going to say.
Oh, that's the other bro. That's the other bro. The only reason I ain't bring that up was because we discussed that, a whole lot.
Okay.
Early within the show, so I was like, everyone know that's a bro, so I'm gonna let that, speak for itself.
Well, just in case you didn't know, that's a bro too. All right.
Yeah.
All right, man. Rough game, but next game up. Yo, let's see. I'm looking at my calendar right now.
It's Denver Saturday afternoon.
Nuggets, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Denver Saturday afternoon, 1:00 game. 1:00 game Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, it's gonna be a weird one because 1:00 in the afternoon.
Yeah, so you gotta watch out for the time difference and the sloppy play in the first quarter and all that jazz. The Denver is struggling.
No, it's in the Garden.
No, I know it's in the dark. It's in the Garden, but it's still a 1:00 game.
It's a time difference. Okay. Yeah.
It's
I thought you meant like Denver and okay.
No, it's still a 1:00 game. But
then they start a road trip after that.
Right. So this is one of those games. This is one of those like we need this game.
Yeah.
We have because after that is who do we have?
At San Antonio, at Indiana, at Toronto.
Right.
Well, to be honest about it, all 3 of those are winnable, but it's just what Knicks team is going to show up for those games. That's the thing.
Yeah, this game was winnable too.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm scared of Toronto. Toronto's the only team I'm like scared of.
Yeah, Toronto matches well against us.
Yeah.
They play small ball and they're good at it too.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
The Pacers though, I think we could take the Pacers. I think we could take San Antonio. I think we could take Denver. So.
You want to talk about a bruh pick? It's Duarte too from last night. Did you see what happened last night?
Oh, what happened with Duarte last night?
Okay, so Indiana is down 1 with I think it was 13 seconds left, right? Something like that. And they were down to Atlanta. Atlanta had the basketball. Duarte and Levert stripped Trae Young.
Ooh.
And Duarte has a wide open layup. He misses the layup.
Ooh, that's
no.
Yeah, he misses the layup. I mean, he had a wide open. He could have dunked it. He tried to lay it in. And look, not only that, the ball didn't even touch the rim, man.
Oh, the air ball breakaway layup. Oh, that's the
man.
classic, bro. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It was bad. It was bad.
And that is why the Pacers are 9-15.
Oh my God.
That is why the Pacers are 9-15.
That was bad.
Yeah.
That was bad. I was like,
Dang. Oh well, couldn't be. Well, shoot, I wanted Duarte too. He's still a good player, but not in that moment.
Bruh.
I know. They had the steal, and it was wide open. I was like, oh, they got the lead. They're gonna win the game. That was it. And then he missed. It was like 2 seconds left.
Right.
That was the game.
Oh, man.
Well, too bad. So sad.
Yeah.
I'm not losing sleep over y'all because y'all. Saying y'all was supposed to be the sleeper team of the East. And
I had them as a sleeper. I had them and Charlotte as sleeper team.
Oh yeah. Well,
yeah, Charlotte playing well, but not so much for the Pacers.
Not so much for the Pacers. So
I'm kind of surprised though. Still surprised. They look like a good team. They played really good against. Like I said, they were down to the last possession. So I don't know.
Right.
Look, man, I wouldn't judge anything too early. This could flip.
Yeah.
It's true.
The East could flip. So I mean, anything could happen, man. This is only 22 games, so
I agree.
Let's see what happens at the midpoint.
I agree. We'll see. All right. Salute to the chat, man. All right, that's our show, man. Rock out. Shout out to the chat, Wayne Patterson, tell him Alejandro, Big Reaper, everybody else is rocking the show. If you like the show, please hit that like and subscribe button. Also, super chats are welcome. Helps keep the lights on. Helps pay for everything that's happening. And yeah, next show will be Saturday versus those Denver Nuggets. So it'll be after the game Saturday. We'll be talking to these Knicks Nuggets, and hopefully we talking the Knicks win. Saturday's usually lit. Usually people be streaming on the live stream on Saturday. So hopefully that should be a good game, and we celebrate an actual win. All right, that is our show. Raw, the metaphor. We still gotta find out. We still need like another nickname for Raw. His gangster name.
People sending me. I got people sending messages on my videos calling me Raw Metaphor, man.
It's passing on.
He said, "Yo, what's up, Raw Metaphor?" I was like, "Oh shoot."
Oh man, you're gonna find another one. When Uncle Raw starts going off.
That one, I get that all the time.
Uncle Raw starts going off with the gunshots and it starts talking smack. We need another name for Uncle when he starts going crazy.
Oh gosh, man! I'm so ticked off about this game. Yeah. Because we beat ourselves, man. I mean,
yeah, man. You know the toughest part of doing these, especially right after the game, is like usually when you're a fan and you lose, you're just at home, just.
Yeah.
And then you start to do this stuff, you realize you gotta like, all right, you gotta put on a little bit of a face and like talk.
Yeah.
Usually I'm just stewing at home, but it's different. It's just different. But let them know where you from, where they can find you, Raw.
Raw Hebrew Remnant on YouTube and Twitter. Raw Hebrew Remnant on both.
All right. Cool. Ryan G, let them know where they can find you, sir.
You can find me on Instagram at Sir G is Chillin'.
Sir G is chillin'.
That's SIRG is CHILLIN. You can find me on Twitter at RyanGKOT.
That is right. You can find us at the KOT Show on Twitter, the Nick of Time Show on Instagram, and also on Facebook at the Nick of Time Show. And yeah, trying to get those Instagram followers up, so definitely hit that. You like 100 or something away from 10K, so definitely follow us on the Nick of Time Show on Instagram to help us get to that 10K following rule. All right. Also, you get your snapbacks too at nicktimeshow.com/catalog. Colorways black and white and blue and orange. All right. That is our show. And as always,
shout out the Worldwide West. Everywhere we go, we leave a worldwide mess.
It's a mess out here. All right. That's our show. We are out of here.
Peace.